Hi everyone, it's Liz here. Thank you for joining me today. I will be sharing a journal with me video, and this one is a fun video for me because it has to do with an entry that I did about music. And the reason I found it so fun is I had these retro scrapbook papers that I didn't know before what I was going to do with, and it was just the perfect timing for it. My kids were singing some lyrics to some music that I listened to when I was younger, and I still listen to, but it was primarily when I was younger that a lot of this music kind of popped up. And so I thought it was so interesting how they knew the lyrics, and they just were singing in the car. And that kind of started this whole process for me of thinking about journaling this memory that I have of them, because it was just so fun for me to hear them singing those songs and remind me of also my childhood. So I'm using these really fun retro papers, and here I'm just going to show you a little tip. I like to have a stack of different types of papers, wallpaper, textures, etc. I find that these are easy to grab for me, and I keep them sort of together to help me with my journaling process or my creative process when I'm trying to find something that might fit what I'm working on. So I will just show you what I'll be writing about, the songs, um, the music, etc. that kind of popped in my head, and I heard my kids singing. And what I thought was interesting is the songs they sang were lyrics from ABBA and Rick Astley and AC/DC and Michael Jackson. And anyways, I will be journaling a little bit more about it as you see my process. But at this point, I'm just trying to add a piece of some of those names to the left side of my traveler's notebook. And I love using this traveler's notebook. If you guys haven't seen my other videos with it, I use this as mostly a collage. I do some journaling in it, but it's primarily just quick memories of things that make me happy or inspire me at this moment. So there's not really a lot of thought process that goes into this one, and it really is more creative journaling than anything else. I do keep a separate notebook for just note-taking and journaling where there is no fun or creative things in it. But I find keeping something like this is just so fun to use sometimes. This is my Daphne's Diary Inspired Traveler's Notebook. I have shown you guys a video of this before I started adding things to it and journaling in it. I'll link those videos below or above. Another tip that I have for you guys is to add a little bit of color. I use my little stamp pad here, and this is part of an envelope that I pulled apart, and it's just like the bubble wrap. And I just like to use this to add, kind of different shapes to some of my pages, and it also adds a little color, which makes it fun. I also like to use some of these wooden pieces in my work. Sometimes I use them as stamps as well. So if you kind of add some of the stamp pad color to them, you can use them as stamps as well. And they're not like very clear with the print, but I love that about it. It makes it feel just, what I wanted it to do. So here I have found a little sticker which has like a record, half of a record to it, and I thought it was just perfect because this is very retro themed, my journaling process. Again, the cassette tapes and the sides A and B that we used to have. And do you guys remember we used to use that pencil to fix it when it would kind of fall apart and try and get everything together? So I thought that was just another fun memory that I hadn't thought about. All music now is digital, and really it's not, you don't need to do anything to listen to it, just hit play. And so I thought it was just fun to go back and remember what I used to do. So now on this side of the spread, I decided that I would try to balance off the colors with some scrapbook paper, and then I've just added some additional ephemera pieces that I thought would work well. So I'll just be finishing this up and journaling a little bit in it, and you'll see the journaling part at the end. So I hope this inspired you, gave you some ideas. I really do try and make my creative journaling very fun and easy for me, not to think about it too much, because really at the end of it all, it's just me looking back into these memories. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.